There are new guidelines tonight out of concern for coronavirus in San Diego, which has jumped to 80 positive cases. Among them, no gathering of more than 10 people. Thank you for joining us for this nightly check-in. I'm Catherine Garcia. The San Diego County Public Health Officer issued these new guidelines during today's press conference. The total number of people who are allowed to gather at any one time was 50, but now there can be no more than 10 people gathering in any one setting. Also, bars, gyms, and on-site schools are all ordered to close. There can be no more than 10 people gathered at churches, theaters, or casinos. In fact, we just learned virtually all of the county casinos will close. That includes Sequan, Verona, Viejas. They did say the orders do not impact airports or transportation centers, but again, everybody is reminded to do that social distancing that we've heard so much about. Also, and this is something critical for parents who have children in daycare, from now on, children must be in stable groups of 10 or less. Here's more on exactly what that means.
Stable means that the same 10 or fewer children are in the same group each day. Children shall not change from one group to another. And if more than one group of children is cared for at one facility, each group shall be in a separate room.
All of those updated orders go into effect at midnight. The Ramada Hotel in Kearny Mesa is now being used as a quarantine site. Some people from MCAS Miramar will be quarantined at that hotel on Kearny Mesa Road. The 151-room hotel was chosen by the U.S. government because of its location, security, and established protocols to support COVID-19 quarantine people. It's been secured from the public by law enforcement. Students across the county are now learning it's possible that they may not be going back to school for the rest of the school year. And since they're now at home studying, we had an online chat with a couple of them to see how they're coping. Maeve Estrada is a sophomore at Carlsbad High School. She takes honors and AP classes. She said she's worried because her school has not developed full plans for learning yet. Joseph Cerda is a senior at Set High School. He has taken the SAT, but he says he's worried for those who have not.
And you are living history in your senior year.
That is true. It's the best thing that you want to remember about your senior year, but it definitely makes a staple in time.
I always think that, like, even my kids, when I'm older, they're gonna ask me about the coronavirus when I was in high school. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It is. By the way, Maeve is the daughter of our managing editor here at NBC7. Additional research is suggesting that children infected with coronavirus are showing fewer severe symptoms than adults. Chinese researchers looked at suspected or confirmed cases of COVID-19 involving more than 2,100 children, and they found that the majority of the cases were mild. About 6% of pediatric cases were considered severe or critical. That's compared with 18% of adults. Federal health officials say there is currently no scientific evidence that taking ibuprofen could make coronavirus symptoms worse. There was a lot of concern because of a tweet from French authorities telling people to avoid anti-inflammatories like ibuprofen because they might worsen an infection. The World Health Organization says it is not aware of any published clinical or population-based data on this topic. However, if you are concerned, experts say you can just take acetaminophen, basically Tylenol. It works as well as ibuprofen in controlling a fever, which is one of the main symptoms of the coronavirus. Our local mountains are covered in snow right now, but because of the coronavirus pandemic, people are being discouraged from making the trip up there. Health professionals are advising San Diegans to keep their distance and to continue practicing social distancing. So, how long will that rain and snow and cold keep up? Here's Dagmar.
Your Thursday is still shaping up to be a wet one. Also expect some snow showers in the mountains. The coastal zone's widespread showers, mostly light, with a few breaks of sunshine, will leave you in the upper 50s and the low 60s. Inland valleys, same story, upper 50s, low 60s. Widespread, mostly light to moderate showers continue. The mountains will a high of only in the low 40s, but that will also leave you with a mixture of rain and snow. In the deserts, you will see about the mid-60 mark with a few showers mixed in with some partly cloudy skies.
Japan says it is not making any preparations to postpone the upcoming Summer Olympics, despite the global spread of coronavirus. Japan's chief cabinet secretary said the government would continue with preparations to hold the July 24th through August 9th games as scheduled. It is working closely with organizations including the International Olympic Committee. That's going to do it for our nightly check-in as we continue to bring you news about the coronavirus in San Diego here. We are also keeping our podcast listeners in the know. We'll have a new episode of Insight from our Investigates team tomorrow with more perspective on how we're covering stories with social distancing in mind. Have a good night.